whatever happens in this episode today is gonna be better than last night's Hell in a Cell main event. Man, what's good, Internet? My name is attackslug. Welcome back to SmackDown 2. Know your role on the PS1, playing it on a PC. Fixed the problem yesterday. Put myself in the World Heavyweight title rankings, and so now I should also get booked on the shows. Let's head into the 5th week of April in this season mode. Backlash, where Stone Cold is the ref for Triple H versus The Rock. I'm sorry, Shane's the ref? What happened there? What happened there? But there I am, Fatal 4-Way. I'm on the card. Fantastic. Let us see Lita versus the Cat in a casket match for the women's title. That's bonkers. The first ever women's casket match? Sure, why not? And Lita put the Cat in the casket. Is Stone Cold really making an appearance tonight? As you may know, the cards are subject to change without notice. Yeah, thanks, Vince. Thanks, Vince. It's Fatlash, though. New Age Outlaws versus the Hardy Boys. Tag team match, player. And the Hardys get the win. The Rock is prepared to face his destiny against Triple H. If you smell Rudy Poo, Jabroni, etc., etc. Cole. Get out of there, Cole. Yeah. The Good Father, Hardcore Holly, myself, and Val Venus in a fatal 4-way. Can I survive? Welcome to a fine Monday here on the program, and good God, Hell in a Cell was last night, and that show was, as we know, an afterthought, because obviously you had your Fox SmackDown premiere, and you have Crown Jewel, where the actual money is made, at, the end of the month here, in Saudi. And those commercials don't mention Saudi, as they usually don't, which is pretty funny. But that was what it was and is what it is. But man, Hell in a Cell, you knew it was an afterthought when they announced half the card an hour before the show started. That, to me, is ridiculous, but that's kind of what happened. So we did have, as I said, more than 4 matches on that show. And obviously, we should definitely start here with the end of that show that people are the most mad about. Because, man, look, I said in my predictions video that it was going to be a screwjob finish, a schmoz finish. It was going to be a non-finish. Like, there is something weird with the finish because they don't want Seth to lose the belt, but they don't want to pin the Fiend. So that is called booking yourself into a corner. And there are better ways out of booking yourself into a corner. There are. It's been done. But not last night. No, last night was Seth giving the Fiend like 11 curb stomps and a pedigree and whatever else, and the Fiend still kicking out, and then the Fiend laying there for a long time as the fans were starting to boo, and then Seth getting a sledgehammer, and the referee stopped the match. It was not a DQ, as I guess they put on Twitter, but that was a rest stoppage, because he didn't want the Fiend to literally die from the sledgehammer. Never mind, we've had plenty of sledgehammers being used in Hell in a Cell before that never resulted in a stoppage. The match has just ended, with a pinfall or whatever. And I said on Twitter earlier in the day, I'm like, hey, remember last year when you had your big monster in Braun Strowman fighting your champion in Roman Reigns, and they didn't want Braun to get pinned, but they didn't want Roman losing the belt? What happened? Brock Lesnar happened, and it was a no contest. He came in, kicked the door down, and beat them both up. And that was less booed than last night. I mean, it's still, people were not happy, but because of the shock factor of Brock Lesnar, it was less egregious than literally having the ref go, no, he might die. Even though he already has a ladder and chair and toolbox on his face, he might die. I can't let him die, even though he took 11 curb stomps and still kicked out at like 1. Like, he might die, so match has to stop, right? And then, of course, after that, the Fiend gets up, and fans are chanting, restart the match, restart the match. And no, they don't. Seth gets beat up on the outside for a bit. Fans are booing, fans are chanting AEW, fans are chanting refund after the show was over, and yeah, you ruined it. Like, WWE has this habit of having this one good idea, and then managing to build it and build it and build it, and then screw it up. They've done it time and time again. And now, you don't have fans chanting for CM Punk, as they were doing for the past 5 years, when they're mad about something. Now, the fans chant for AEW, your competitor. And that's not a good look to close the show. It was an afterthought in the first place. It's not a good look for that to be the conclusion of your Hell in a Cell show. Now, does that mean there's going to be any effect on the ratings tonight for Raw? Probably not. I mean, it's still kind of doing what it's doing. But, SmackDown move from Hardcore Holly. Oh no! Oh no! Hit that Falcon Arrow. That's stalling. Falcon Arrow. I see you watch my matches on SmackDown 1. Hardcore. I see you did. That's fine. That's fine. I no sold that nonsense. I'm here. I can't... This targeting system is not great. I tell you what. No, good father. I don't think so. So yeah, the show last night started with an actual good Hell in a Cell match. Now, I still think Sasha should have won. Obviously, if she's going to SmackDown, then she wouldn't win there. So, the draft happening this week would not be surprised with a blue hair Sasha Banks going to SmackDown. That would be the least surprising thing, considering that she did not beat the man at Hell in a Cell. Like, I get that, that's fine, but that match was, better. It had a conclusive finish, and people were like, yeah, well, that sucks, but they weren't, egregiously mad about it, because Sasha loses kind of all the time. So, and with Bray and Seth, it's like, you could have had other kinds of finishes, right? You could have concocted some weird, spooky, supernatural style finish that would have worked for that match, instead of what you did, which was nonsense. You could have done something else besides what you did, and not had the fans crap all over it. They were booing during all those curb stomps. They were like, wait, what's happening here? And then when the Fiend kicked out at 1, the fans were getting back into it. But then immediately, just more garbage in that match. And that's not what you're looking for in your main event for that show. So, what does that mean for the Fiend moving forward, man? Does that ruin the mystique of the Fiend moving forward? Does that crush the aura if, at this point, if they didn't give him the belt here, would they ever give him the belt? That was the problem they had with Braun last year. It's like, we don't think he's ever going to get the belt because why would they? Absolute nonsense. I'll make you tap, good father. I'll make you tap, a tap, a tappa. Or not. Or not. Infinite time here, too, which is also like, oh man, this could be a while. Oh, STF! STF on Holly. Not enough. Not enough. Everyone keeps trying to fight me. I'm like, look, I have a finisher. I don't know if I can ever use it here, but I have one in my first match here in SmackDown 2. I'd like to win, but man, this game is real hard. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Anyway, elsewhere on that card, you had Bayley and Charlotte, and guess what? 10-time, the perfect 10. Charlotte, your new SmackDown Women's Champion. And I'm not sure what the thing was there with Bayley at the end. Some kind of a snapping. I mean, she's already a heel, so I guess going more heel is fine. But yeah, she didn't get it done there, and that was a shame. But it is what it is. And now we have the Queen, so perhaps we're going to have Charlotte and Sasha for, your SmackDown Women's title at some point. I don't know. I think if we have the same gimmick for this year's Survivor Series, that's going to be rematch of Mania, right? Because your current champions facing off against your current champions would be Brock versus Seth. It would be... Wait, you said Survivor! And the Big Balboski was that match. Still better than last night. You would also have Becky fighting Charlotte as Survivor Series, and you would also have Nakamura fighting AJ Styles. And it's like, man, I've seen those a million times. What the hell? Big Boss Man versus Edge and Christian. Handicap match. Come on now, it's a handicap match. And Boss Man gets it done. Make him look strong. Alright. Bubba Ray versus Taz. Win if you can, survive if I let you. And he did. He won. He survived. Taker versus Kane. Hell in a Cell. And I should mention the red lighting they did with Kane years back, and that didn't really work then. And obviously, the Sin Cara lighting didn't really work for him, so having that whole match, the main event, be in red was like, come on, man. I get what you're going for it didn't really work. Although I saw mixed opinions on that. Some folks liked it, some folks hated it, and I'm like, eh. Years of ring knowledge. I'll make sure the right man wins. Chris Jericho versus Kurt Angle in an I Quit match. I would imagine that Kurt would win that one because he has the ankle lock. And it's the ankle lock versus the Walls of Jericho, and there you go. Your Olympic hero. It's true. It's true. And Stone Cold! Stone Cold is here! By God! Yeah, he's here on this show. He was supposed to be on SmackDown on Fox. He was advertised and he wasn't there. Like, what the hell was that? People were pissed. Shane and Stone Cold as referees. 2K could never.
Oh my
what's going on
gosh,
here?
so close!
It's Vince watching Vince in the monitor? Like, what? What? Here we go. Who is your new WWF champion? It is the Gamer, a Triple H. Congratulations! What is up? Huh? Why is it? I unlocked Stone Cold. He's doing the actual Stone Cold taunt. That's nice. Alright, so parts, characters, Titantron, and there are more hidden items to unlock. Gee, thanks, game that I'm playing for a week. Much appreciated. Alright, it's May. What are we gonna do in May? Raw is War. Oh, the main event, myself and the Dead Man, one-on-one. You gotta love it. Let's get there. Jackie beats the Cat. Dean Malenko, light heavyweight champion. D'Lo Brown beats Stone Cold. The winning ways continue. RTC beats Kai Tai. Tonight was an accident. You just got lucky. Like the Big Valboski, it's about two. Haha. Or should I say, Captain Cannabis. Anyhow, Triple H wins that triple threat match against The Rock and Chris Jericho. Jeff Hardy, who needs to stop driving drunk, has beaten Christian. And your main event. Okay, Dead Man, here we are. Singles matchup. And oh, I'm sure we gonna do this, Dead Man. We gonna do this. So yes, Survivor Series. Gonna be a bunch of rematch-a-mania nonsense, but hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Even that long car noise outside is better than Hell in a Cell was last night at that main event. Like, what in the blue hell in the cell were you doing? I don't know. I don't know. People are pissed. But don't worry, we got AEW on this Wednesday, so hey, there's that at least. Something to look forward to. Now, 2K20 is finally starting their roster reveal stuff today on, like, Twitter. And it's like, oh, okay, I guess. That's fine. So I'm sure we'll know more by the end of the day today, or in the course of the week, I might imagine, considering how big those rosters usually are, but that kind of is what it is, Dead Man. That is some Kevin Dunn camera cuts right there. Just 3 cuts in the same move. What are you doing? Speaking of SmackDown, though, and their ratings, they might actually be higher this week, considering that Fox has finally managed to negotiate with Dish and with Sling. So they are, both Dish and Sling are getting Fox back on their thing, which means that you are going to have potentially more of an audience for the show. But hey, we'll see. You don't have The Rock this week, and you certainly have managed to make a lot of folks mad. But again, it's the draft, so even if you're mad about what happened last night, you're probably going to want to watch the draft to see who goes where on that bit of BS. Now then, speaking of Taker, on his Instagram, people were asking, hey, you were advertised for SmackDown last week, and you weren't there. Why not? And Taker replied, I was told I wasn't needed. And I'm like, you're going to tell Taker, like, one of the faces of SmackDown, he's not needed on SmackDown for 20 years on your network, on your broadcast TV show? Like, seriously, what kind of nonsense is that? He could have at least beat up somebody talking smack. Here comes Taka Michinoku for some reason. Taka is coming. Get him, Taka. Get him, Taka. Kai and Tai. In your other unannounced matches from last night, you had Randy Orton take on Ali, right? And you had Ali do a really cool counter to the RKO, which anyone who actually has a cool counter to the RKO, you would think would win the match. But no, he didn't win the match. Instead, he got hit with a different RKO from a different thing, and kind of considering a lot of Ali's offense is jumping, and Orton's thing is catching you when you're jumping in an RKO, that's not surprising. But man, why have a cool counter and then not have that lead to the finish of the match instead? Oh, actually, he got that RKO out of nowhere anyway, and that was what it was. So, you know, it was what it was, I guess. But also, in your kind of shocking, surprising, and weird, and I actually am behind this kind of business, is that you had the women's tag team titles defended by Alexa L1. Oh no! He reversed it? Last ride. I know sold it. Take that, dead man. I hit mine, and he reversed my finish into his finish. And yeah. Now I gotta do it again. What a waste. Get back in the ring, me. What the hell? No! Reverse something for once in your life, won't you? No. I don't think so, dead man. Okay, sure. So yes, Alexa and Nikki defended against Asuka and Kairi, who worked that match heel and then won that match. And your new women's tag team champions are Asuka and Kairi. Cool. Get them on TV more, and also, please actually have them defended on all the brands. That'd be nice. I don't think they will, but that'd be nice. Like, that was the intention originally, and they totally forgot about it entirely. So, STF on Taker. He tappa, and Slug wins. Take that, dead man. We'll do one more. Alright, am I on the card here? No. So, I'm here occasionally, but not always. So, that's interesting. Alright, so what do we got here? Crash and Dean. Oh, I'm in a cutscene. I am here. I have arrived. What's up? That was that whole cutscene was just me doing this. Okay, sure. Hey, we've established I'm here. I could interfere in one of those main events. Dean beats Crash. The Cat beats Jackie. B Squared beats Bradshaw. TNA beats Kaientai. Edge versus Chyna in a tables match. Who wins that one? It looks like Chyna wins that one. Now, if I had to pick a match to interfere in, it would probably be this match right here. So, cutscene. I was told I would have a special match tonight. Well, I'm here. Who is my opponent? I mean, look, D'Lo. Who wants to fight D'Lo, man? He is just winning. He is the real deal. Whoop! Maybe that thing where I was doing my head thing earlier was foreshadowing to fight D'Lo, I guess. I don't know. Anyhow, Taker beats Triple H. Val Venus with Trish versus X-Pac with Tori. And the Big Valboski wins that match. Main event, Fatal 4-Way, Stone Cold, Jericho, Road Dogg, and Eddie. Who's it gonna be? Who will be victorious here on this show? Stone Cold! Alright, so I guess I'm not fighting D'Lo on this card at all. That's interesting. So, there you go. I'm attackslug. More videos on this channel. I betcha they're better than the main event last night at Hell in a Cell. I'll see you next time, and I'm out.